students, welcome to this online class. In our last class, we learned about a baker from Goa. And today, we will do the second part of the lesson, Glimpses of India. In this lesson, Glimpses of India, we learn about the unity in diversity that we practice in India. The second write-up is Coorg, written by Logesh Ebrol. Students, I am standing beside a plant, and you may all know what this plant is. This is a coffee plant, and Coorg is known for the coffee estates. The tourists visit Coorg from the month of September to March. A lot of tourists come to see the scenic beauty, the flora and fauna, and also to see the other picnic spots in Coorg. I have been to Coorg and I like this place. When you get a chance, please do visit. Now, let us proceed with the lesson. Come, let us read and understand the lesson Coorg, written by Logesh Ebrol. Welcome, students.
Students, before we begin the lesson, let us watch some of the tourist attractions in Coorg. Having seen the video, let us now read the lesson. Midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. Students, how many of you can guess this piece of heaven? Which place is known as a piece of heaven? Some of you may have visited it, and I am sure many of your seniors in Alfonso School visited this place as part of their study tour. Yes, Coorg, lying halfway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore, is a small district with heavenly beauty. Thus we understand Coorg is located midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore in the state of Karnataka. Students, I have been to Coorg many times, and it's a place known for its scenic beauty. Coorg is a place known for its scenic beauty, and there are so many picnic spots in and around Coorg. And Coorg receives a lot of tourists, especially from the month of September to March. September to March. This land of rolling hills is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women and wild creatures. Inhabited means occupied. Martial means having to do with war or warlike. We already saw the meaning of inhabited. As he told you, inhabited means occupied and martial means having to do with war. Now this land of rolling hills. Now earlier the author had mentioned as this land as a piece of heaven. And I told you that this land is Coorg, and Coorg is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women and wild creatures. Coorg is known for its wild creatures too. Lot of things are done to preserve the wildlife of Coorg. Coorg or Kodag, the smallest district of Karnataka, is home to evergreen rainforests, spices and coffee plantations. What is Coorg famous for? Coorg is famous for coffee, rainforests and spices. In other words, Coorg has evergreen forests and is known for its spices and coffee. Students, so far we saw that the author calls Coorg as a piece of heaven. Now, he calls it a piece of heaven because the beauty and tranquility of Coorg is heavenly. Evergreen rainforests cover 30% of this district. During the monsoons, it pours enough to keep many visitors away. The season of joy commences from September and continues till March. Students, the monsoons support the vegetation of this area. The Coorg district receives heavy downpour in monsoons that helps in the growth of evergreen forests. The author has used the term the season of joy. What does this mean? By this the author means the season of good weather, tourism and festivities in Coorg. During monsoon months, tourists keep away from Coorg. The best time to visit Coorg is from September to March. Thus we understand 30% of Coorg is covered with the evergreen forests, and the best season to visit the place is from September to March. The weather is perfect with some showers thrown in for good measure. The air breathes of invigorating coffee. Coffee estates and colonial bungalows stand tucked under tree canopies in prime corners. Invigorating means energy giving. Canopies means hanging covers that form a shelter. Prime means best. Prime means best. Students, we saw that during the monsoons, visitors are kept away from Coorg, whereas from September to March, the weather is perfect with some showers thrown in for good measure. The air breathes of invigorating coffee. What does this mean? This means in the air you can smell coffee. Again we are told about coffee estates and colonial bungalows stand tucked under tree canopies in prime corners. Now you have coffee estates there. Also we have colonial bungalows. Now bungalows are usually a single story house. Okay, single story house. The main ideas in this passage are: one feels the invigorating smell of the coffee in the atmosphere, which means the air too is full of fragrance of refreshing coffee. And tucked to the coffee estates under tree canopies in prime corners means best locations, one can see the colonial bungalows. Colonial means something that was built during the time when India was a colony of the British. You know, India was under the British rule for so many years. Students, I hope you have all seen coffee plants. If there is anybody who hasn't seen it, we have the coffee plants here. The coffee beans are processed and we get coffee powder. Now let us see a bungalow. It is a single story building, a bungalow. The fiercely independent people of Coorg are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. As one story goes, a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when return became impractical. Descent means origin. We could also say generation. Fiercely means violently, an aggressive manner. The author tells us here that the people of Coorg are fiercely independent. They are people of courage and they love their freedom. And possibly they are of Greek or Arabic origin. And there is a story that tells us that Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when they could not return. When return was impractical, they settled in this part of Karnataka. Students, in our last slide, we read that the people of Coorg are of Greek or Arabic descent. Let's continue. These people married amongst the locals and their culture is apparent in the martial traditions, marriage and religious rites which are distinct from the Hindu mainstream. Note down the meanings of the following words. Apparent means clearly visible. Apparent, clearly visible. Now, the next word is distinct. Distinct means different in nature, recognizably different in nature. Look at the last word of this slide, mainstream. Mainstream means shared by most people, regarded as normal or conventional. Shared by most people or regarded as normal or conventional. In other words, a tradition which most people follow. Mainstream means a tradition which most people follow. Thus, according to one story, a part of Alexander's soldiers did not return and chose to move to Coorg in the south. They married local girls and settled here. Since the martial temper of the Coorgis and the practices followed by them during marriages and religious rites are quite distinct from those of the Hindus, it shows that their origins are from the land of Alexander. The theory of Arab origin draws support from the long black coat with an embroidered waist belt worn by the Kodavus, known as kufiya. It resembles the kufiya worn by the Arabs and the Kurds. Kurds are people living in parts of eastern Turkey, northern Iraq, western Iran, or eastern Syria, the Kurds. Students, the theory of Arab origin is supported with the evidence that the long black coat with an embroidered belt worn by the Kodavus resembles the kufiya that is worn by the Arabs and the Kurds. Its Kugi name, kufiya, is also similar to kufiya. Thus, we have now seen two theories regarding the origin of these people. One theory says that they are of Greek origin, and the second theory claims that they are of Arab origin. We proceed. Kugi homes have a tradition of hospitality, and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and fathers. The Kugis are very hospitable. They are also known for their courage and valor. Valor means bravery and courage. Students, you all know the meaning of hospitality. Still, I'll give you the meaning. Hospitality means welcoming the guests in a warm, friendly manner. You know, we Indians are known for our hospitality. So what do we learn here? We learn that the Kugis are known for their hospitality and also for their valor. The Coorg regiment is one of the most decorated in the Indian Army, and the first chief of the Indian Army, General Cariappa, was Coorgi. Students, do you know that the Indian Army has many regiments? We have Madras Regiment, we have Bihar Regiment, we have the Sikh Regiment, we have Gurkha Regiment. The same way, we have the Coorg Regiment. And General Cariappa, who was the first chief of the Indian Army, was a Kugi. And you can learn a lot from the life of General Cariappa. Okay? One of the most respected and admired generals of the Indian Army. As I told you, we can learn a lot from the life of General Cariappa. He was a field marshal. In 1986, he was raised to the rank of field marshal. Field marshal is a 5-star general officer rank and the highest attainable rank in the Indian Army. Now, we will go down the memory lane. His son, General Cariappa's son, will take us down the memory lane, and he himself was an officer in the Indian Air Force. Let us now listen to the words of General Cariappa's son.
He was, I am told, quite fearless. One of the things that I was taught was love for country, duty to the country. Whenever I was asked, English student test me, they guess, Nanda, what are you? I say, I'm a Koro. No, they're not. You are an Indian first. He was, I am told, quite fearless at the time of the 1948-1949 war, 47-48 war. He would drive around in an open jeep. His standards were so high. One of the things that I was taught was love for country, duty to the country, love for, and to God, country, and people. As I said, he was a staunch Indian. And whenever I was asked, English student test me, they guess, Nanda, what are you? I say, I'm a Koro. No, they're not. You are an Indian first. And he insisted that that must apply to Indians across the board. And he insisted that as anyone who sat at his dining table must be properly dressed. And in his idea of properly dressed, you must wear a tie and jacket or a bangala. He himself would always be dressed in a suit for breakfast and lunch, a light colored suit maybe, but dinner was always either a dark colored suit or a bangala.
Even now, Kodaus are the only people in India permitted to carry firearms without a license. So, these people in Coorg, or the inhabitants of Coorg, are the only people allowed to carry firearms without a license. The river Kaveri obtains its water from the hills and forests of Coorg. Must see a large freshwater fish abound in these waters. Abound here means found in large numbers. They are in large numbers in this water, and this is a freshwater fish. We learn here that river Kaveri gets its water from the hills of the forests of Coorg, and also a freshwater fish, Mashir, is found in large numbers in these waters. Kingfishers dive for their catch, while squirrels and langurs draw partially eaten fruit for the mischief of enjoying the splash and the ripple effect in the clear water. The author creates beautiful picture here. It's really fascinating, thrilling and interesting to see the kingfishers diving for their catch, to catch fish. And what do the squirrels and langurs do? They drop partially eaten fruits into the water, and they enjoy the splash and ripple effect created in the clear water. You have the picture of a squirrel here, of a langur, and also a kingfisher. Really very beautiful. Elephants enjoy being bathed and scrubbed in the river by their mahouts. In Coorg we have a picnic spot, and here in the picture you can see elephants being bathed by their mahouts. And this spot is visited by large number of tourists in the tourist season in Coorg. And we also have rafting and canoeing in this river Kaveri. It's a beautiful picture. You can see elephants being bathed and scrubbed in the river. Okay? Now, when you get an opportunity, do visit Coorg and see all these places. Students, Coorg is known for adventure tourism. Let's read now. The most laid-back individuals become converts to the life of high-energy adventure with river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing and mountain biking. Thus we read, Coorg is known for adventure tourism. Now, river rafting. What do we mean by rafting? Rafting means traveling in a river in a raft. Raft is a floating platform made by tying planks together. A floating platform made by tying planks together. The first picture in the slide is one of river rafting. What is canoeing? It is traveling in a river in a large, narrow boat. What does the word laid back mean? Laid back means relaxed, not in a hurry. So for people who are relaxed, people who are not in a hurry, they have a lot of adventure tourism in Coorg. We already saw what is river rafting and canoeing. Now, what is rappelling? Rappelling means going down a cliff by sliding down a rope. You have the picture there. The second picture is of rappelling, going down a cliff by sliding down a rope. Besides these, we also have rock climbing and mountain biking. So, one can enjoy adventure tourism in Coorg. Numerous walking trails in this region are a favorite with trekkers. Trails means paths created by walking. Paths created by walking. Now, what is trekking? Trekking is walking in the countryside. So, you have numerous walking trails in this region, and many trekkers come there for trekking. Birds, bees and butterflies are there to give you company. Macaques, Malabar squirrels, langurs and slender lories keep a watchful eye from the tree canopy. Now let us see a few of these creatures. Students, this is a macaque. This is a giant Malabar squirrel. Now you see a slender loris. I do, however, prefer set aside for wild elephants. The climb to the Brahmagiri hills brings you into a panoramic view of the entire misty landscape of Coorg. Panoramic means a view of a wide area of land. So, if one climbs to the Brahmagiri hills, he could or she could see or have a panoramic view of the entire misty landscape of Coorg. A walk across the rope bridge leads to the 64-acre island of Nisargadaama. Running into Buddhist monks from India's largest Tibetan settlement at nearby Bailakuppe is a bonus. Thus we have India's largest Tibetan settlement here. Bonus means something extra, an added benefit. So you will also get an opportunity to see and meet the Buddhist monks or the Tibetan Buddhist monks if you go to Bailakuppe in Coorg. Students, to give you some more information, we have the headquarters of the Tibetan government in exile in India. It is in Dharmashala in Himachal Pradesh, where the spiritual head of the Tibetans live now. The monks in red, ochre and yellow robes are amongst the many surprises that wait to be discovered by visitors searching for the heart and soul of India right here in Coorg. Ochre means a light red color. Thus we can see the monks in red and yellow robes in the Tibetan settlement in Bailakuppe. And the author also says that people who are searching for the heart and soul of India visit Coorg. Let us now summarize this lesson. In this lesson, the author tells us about the unique richness of this place and its people. The Coorgis are the pride of India. These fiercely independent people have drawn their origin and valor from either the Greeks or the Arabs. They maintain such traditions that are distinct from the Indian mainstream, yet they are patriotic to the core. Any Indian would feel proud of the Coorg regiment. The flora and fauna of this small place are a treat to watch. This article explores all these aspects of Coorg and paints a beautiful picture of this small piece of heaven that might have drifted from the kingdom of God. In this write-up Coorg, the author Logesh Abrol gives the message of unity in diversity. Students, I hope you have understood this lesson and also you enjoyed reading it along with me. Please do write down the word meanings and learn them properly. Write down the question answers. Try to make your own questions and please write down the answers to those questions. I hope you are all keeping good and taking your studies very seriously. Do study well and keep safe. Okay?